Hi, and welcome to Be Your Own Best Coach Conversations, where you can learn to shift your mindset, change your behavior, and do more stuff you care about. I'm Glen Lubbert, one of the co-founders of Be Your Own Best Coach, a 5-week group coaching program. And I'm here with my colleague and fellow co-founder, Dr. Deborah Teplow. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Glen, and it's great to join you today.
So today I want to talk about goals versus outcomes, which we work on during our program. What's the difference between a goal and an outcome?
I love this question, and I think it's really kind of mind-blowing for people. And we know that being able to distinguish between goals and outcomes and aiming for both or putting both in their proper place really can help people in the change process. So think about being overweight. What's a goal? Lose 20 pounds. Think about being a smoker. What's a goal? Stop smoking. What about for a couch potato? Get exercise, run around the block. Those are all goals. And where this is particularly poignant, I think, it's strong for everybody. Here's a particularly poignant story, however, is that we were working with a physician who the primary care physician saw her patients kind of month in, month out, year after year, and talked to them about their goals, lowering their cholesterol, lowering their blood sugar, lowering their blood pressure. And she'd talk to them about their numbers and invite them to partner with her around, ways to bring those numbers down. Well, the problem with goals is, as I said to the physician we were working with, this is just a number. It's an abstraction. Losing 20 pounds, that's just an abstraction. It's a 2 and a 0. What does that really mean? Well, outcomes are where the rubber hits the road in terms of meaning, because outcomes are the results of having reached the goal. It's the what's in it for me. So, Glen, if you think about the difference between a goal and an outcome in your life, what do you think might be just a super simple example that highlights the difference?
Yeah, so for a goal, run 3 miles a day, or 3 miles a few times a week would be a goal. And so, that's something that I, definitely have as a goal. And some days I don't feel like running, and I have to really pull into what is the outcome I want to achieve. I want to be healthier. I want to have stamina. I want to be able to have energy. And so that's kind of more what I think about the outcome.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the question is, right, so it answers the what's in it for me and why. Why am I doing it? And usually when we drill down enough into the outcomes and really imagine the outcomes, visualize those outcomes, and project ourselves into the state of having reached those outcomes, we get to more emotional or quality of life kind of conversation. So why do you want to run? Because it makes you healthier. It gives you more stamina. It gives you more energy. And what difference will that make in your life?
That's a key question.
Rhetorical, but it could be real. Go ahead. What's the real answer?
Yeah, that's the key question is what difference will it make in my life? And though I guess what difference would it make in my life would be that I would be able to show up better for my my colleagues and my friends and family, and be able to show up for my and be able to do more things with them, and not be tired and have a longer health span.
Exactly. And that's what so many people say is when they start thinking about the goals, and there's so many goals you can have in your life, and then what the outcomes are. Ultimately, outcomes are I'd be happier. I do more things with the people that I love, and I do more things that really count. I'd be more productive. I'd feel more accomplished. Those make a big difference. That's why we get up in the morning. And so recognizing goals have their place. That's how we track. Are we getting nearer to being able to enjoy our outcomes? So I think of goals as behavioral and outcomes more as the emotional and quality of life. And they're both important. And you can't, I don't think you should necessarily dispense with both of them, because if you only have outcomes, oh, I want to be able to do X, Y, Z. I want to be able to go out dancing with my husband on Friday night. I want to run after, for my case, my 7 grandchildren. That's a great outcome, but how am I going to get there? I need those goals. But without that, the outcomes in a certain way make us salivate. I say, make the person salivate by helping them really paint that picture of what their life will be like once they've reached their goals. Then they're enjoying the outcomes.
The outcome is a bit like the preferred future that we've talked about in a previous episode.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. It is. And the goals are how the behaviors you need to do to get there. And what difference will it make, I think, is a really important question. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I have a really great example, personal example. This is true confessions of goals versus outcomes. So my desk is messy. I'm kind of an info junkie, so it's piled up with books and papers. And no matter what I do, it just stays piled up, and it's a mess. And actually, one corner of my office is also a little bit messy because of all my papers and books and stuff. And I've tried everything, all of the different techniques. Yeah, they work for a while, but they're not sustainable. And then I was working with one of our coaching students who happens to be 14. He just turned 14, and he really understands the difference between goals and outcomes. So he was coaching me, and I'm looking around my office while he's coaching me about outcomes. What will you notice that will tell you it's been worth it to clean up your desk and clean up that corner in your office? That was a question he asked. And I was looking, and it popped into my head. What would really make a difference in my life, and why I really would want to clean up, is that my 95-year-old mother just moved in with us to be safe from COVID-19. And I realized my office is on the 2nd floor. I have huge windows that look out into trees. And if I clean the corner of my office, we could put an easy chair there for her. She could come up. I could be working, talking to Glen, and she could be reading. We keep each other company. She would have a beautiful view and be in a nice, cozy chair. And I realized that had I only focused on goals, goals, clean up my desk, productivity, but what the outcome would be. And it wasn't until I kind of released that creativity and imagination that I realized, oh, that's how my life would be different. I'd be able to invite my mom up, and I would never have gotten there just thinking about how am I going to get there? What do I have to do in terms of a goal?
So that's really great. The outcome is part motivation.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Helps build that motivation. Yeah.
And the other thing, go ahead. Salivate. Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah. And the other thing that I also heard was that it creates a positive emotion around the activity.
Yeah.
And that's so important for helping us change our behavior.
Yeah, that's right. And I did say outcome is about emotion and quality of life, but I actually haven't really focused on that positive emotion. But you're absolutely right. It does. Yeah.
And that's why we have these conversations.
Yeah. So I think the take-home message, I think that take-home message is focus on your goals, absolutely, and then take the next step and spend enough time really letting your imagination go loose and putting yourself in that position of having reached your goals. What difference will it make in your life? What will your quality of life be? And live through that experience of having reached that goal and enjoying those outcomes.
And what difference will it make in your life? That's a key question. And that's a fantastic place for us to wrap up around goals and outcomes. Thank you, Deborah. And thank you, everyone, for listening. I want to let everyone know our BeYourOwnBestCoach.com is where you can find out more information about our 5-week group coaching program. Listeners of Be Your Own Best Coach Conversations can take 10% off enrollment costs using the keyword conversations. Thanks again for listening, and stay well.